Hello guys, welcome back to one of our videos. Today's video is talking about one series in specific because it's very nostalgic. I'm not sure how many people used to watch this as a child, but I used to watch Winx all the time, and I still remember during playtime that we would pretend to be them, and I would pretend to be Stella. And now I'm not so sure if I chose right, because she is not the nicest person in this new series called Winx the Fate Saga, something like that. It is very nice to have these things that we hold dear as children, that they come back, and I'm so excited. It ended in a very open ending, so I am hoping that Netflix renews it, because you know how Netflix is at this point. They just cancel every show for absolutely no reason. But I think at least a second season we will get, because it just has an open ending. So obviously I think they are hoping to go for another one. So my opinion on this show is that it is good. It is nice. I'll keep on watching, that's for sure, but it is definitely made for teenagers. There's just no question about it, because just the things that happen, they're so awkward. And even though I loved it, I think that the acting sometimes was a bit cringy. I will tell you when I actually go for spoilers. At this point, I'm just stating like my general opinion. It was very nice to see all those characters, but obviously it's an adaptation, so some characters you will not see. You will not see Tecna, and you will not see Flora. I mean, you will see her cousin, and people have been telling that Flora, she will be in the second season. I will see that. She was not my favorite, so it's okay. I think my favorite ones was Stella, and then I would say I liked Muse as well. But it's hard. I think Bloom and Stella, to be honest, because maybe they are the main characters. Well, Bloom found out she's a fairy and she's going to school, and it's a boarding school, and the guys, they're called specialists. They have no powers, so basically they're useless. No. But they're supposed to be the first line in defense, and while the fairies channel their good thoughts and channel their emotions so they can do the magic, so the guys basically hold off the bad ones, which so far is only the dead ones. That's what they're called. They look what they do to look that, they look like a Wendigo, you know, until dawn. They look like that, but they're black. That's pretty much, they look like a Wendigo that has been burned. But I will talk more in depth about some stuff. Some of it is spoilers, others not so much. So pretty much the whole time, Bloom is very focused on herself. I get it, she's the main character, but it's just so awkward in very specific bits throughout the season. She is talking to her friends, and you can clearly tell they're friends. They are in some kind of issue, they're sad, and Bloom just looks at them and ignores them, and then keeps going about her own problems, as if her problems are bigger than anybody else's in that show. Like, for example, Tara was saying how she does not feel like she's as good as Beatrix, I mean, and she's like, maybe it's because I'm fat, maybe I'm ugly, something like that. And Bloom just looks at her and goes like, okay, yeah, my problem, so like, what the hell? Like, she literally ignores every single one of her friends. Aisha was also feeling really sad, and then she just ignores her. Like, what the hell? We didn't even know what was going on with Aisha, because she doesn't even get to talk, because Bloom just shuts her off. It's like, it's not about you, Aisha. Okay, it's about me. But, I mean, I still like Bloom, but you really do get that. Well, she does say at the end that she is a brat, which is not wrong. Because you can see at the beginning, she's really angry at her mother. She's saying that they don't get it, she hates her mother, and what you get to see is that her mother tells her to go outside, make some friends, and she's like, I hate you, why can't you just love me the way I am? Like, I don't know, it feels too dramatic. You know, they're trying to make her have mommy issues for no reason. And then, of course, mother has to be really toxic and takes out her door because, like, no, you don't get any privacy. It's like, why can't I have privacy? Which is, I mean, it's very toxic to remove your child's door from their room as a punishment, but it just feels like too dramatic. You know, they're trying to create drama where there isn't drama. You know. But overall, I really like the show. So I'm just pointing out the funny things that I noticed, because that's what it's supposed to be about. So then we have Bloom, who is only 16. I can't believe they're making characters younger than me. Like, you know, when you used to watch the shows and you're like, oh, she's 16, she's 17, and now I am older than these characters on the teen shows. So that feels amazing because I'm feeling so old. She literally says, oh yeah, I'm from 2004. Well, obviously because she's 16, this was supposed to be in the year 2020. So yeah, it does not feel great to know that I am supposed to be older than those girls. But obviously they're older than me because, you know, the actresses, they are older, but you know, but at some point I will even be older than the actresses. So I'm not ready for that yet. But what I meant is, like, she is 16, and I guess the head mistress, she came in and talked to her parents, say like, oh, we're taking her into a boarding school in Switzerland. And her parents were like, yeah, sure. And they just like let her take her daughter, like that. And then she only talks to them in the first 2 days, and then she ignores their calls, and they're like, yeah, all right. If I ignore my parents' call for that many days, I would be dead. Deceased. Absolutely dead. One thing that we learned, this is spoiler by the way, at this point there were no spoilers, but now this is a spoiler. So skip to this minute. Stella, you get to know at one point that Stella, which is my favorite character, I would play Stella when I was a child. You get to know that she blinded her best friend just because she was flirting with her boyfriend back then. So, I don't know, it feels like an overreaction to me, you know. Maybe you could pull her hair. I would even go saying that it's a bit overboard, but she literally blinded her best friend just because she was flirting with her boyfriend. And they don't care. You know, they just accept that that is okay. And they still are friends with her, you know, the whole gang. They are like, yeah, I know you blinded your best friend, but yeah, let's be friends. I'm sure you're a good person. They also made Tara extremely obnoxious for absolutely no reason. The first episodes, it's so hard to watch her scenes because they're so awkward and she just doesn't shut up. And you get to see her in a role that you get to see a lot of fat people in. She's always the nice one, and why won't you date me because I'm nice. I feel like they should go more in depth with her character next season, because it feels like she's living in the shadow of everyone else and she doesn't get to be her own person, which I think it's kind of wrong, but let's hope for season 2 they kind of fix that and they give her more interesting stuff. I feel like they should also go more in depth with the specialists, because you get to see that men are most likely to be specialists than women. We do see some girls as specialists, but most of them are fairies, and we don't really get to see many guys. I feel like they should explore that in the second season and go more in depth about the history of the school and of the superpowers and everything. I feel like that would be really cool for second season, but let's see. But overall, I really love the show. I will keep on watching. If they keep making more seasons, I will be watching. It's a really nice show, and I think It's really good for the nostalgic reasons, but if you're hoping that it will be the same, it will not, because it's an adaptation. That's what it's supposed to mean. You know, you pick up some things and not the others, and you just start a new story out of the first material. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show, because I really did, and let's hope they make more seasons. Netflix, please renew the show, and we'll see you with the next one.